Systems is a proud sponsor of the Longhorns and KRIM broadcast of Longhorn Sports. Since 2004, Smart Systems team of technology experts have been providing computer repair, sales, service, and managed IT solutions for Rim Country businesses and Payson residents. Smart Systems can be reached at 928-468-7400 or through their website and Facebook page, which contain more information regarding IT and services provided.
And good morning, Rim Country. Chris Higgins in the studio for the KRIM Community Spotlight program. Hope you're having a great Tuesday morning, and it is the second Tuesday of the month. So it is time for Secrets of Healthy, Happy People with Erleen Tilton. Good morning, Erleen.
Good morning. It's so good to be here, as usual.
Yeah, so thank you so much for coming in, and thank everyone for listening. And also, if you're watching online, you can watch on the KRIM FM Facebook page and YouTube channel. And also, the video will be posted up on our website, krimfm.com, and I believe on your webpage as well.
I always like to
put it out there
as well as.
There you go. So, opportunities to watch it later if you can't catch it this morning if you're at work or doing something else. And the reason why you'd want to probably go back and watch it is the first half hour of the program we're here on the radio, and then the second half hour of the program we're in the KRIM kitchen, and Erleen is sharing different recipes and how to make some of the items that we'll be talking about in the program here. So it is a lot of fun, and it's very easy to prepare these healthy dishes, as you show. So it's good to watch the video. So today, Erleen, I like the theme with St. Patty's Day, and everybody going green. For St. Patty's Day, we're going to be talking about Go Green for a Healthy Gut.
Yes.
And that'll be fun. I'm interested to see. I haven't seen in the kitchen yet, and what you've prepared and what you have in the kitchen that is green, but I'm sure, like always, it'll be good.
Yes.
So happy gut and Go Green Gut goodies.
Yes. So we are doing some fun things in the kitchen. But you know what? I think many times we don't really realize how important our gut is.
Mm-hmm.
And I've learned to understand that really a healthy gut is a healthy body.
Mm-hmm.
Because our gut really is that microbiome that if it's toxic,
Mm-hmm.
it produces disease.
Mm.
But if we have a healthy gut, we have wellness, we have energy, it affects our weight, it affects our sleep, our mood, our emotions, our hormones.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely it affects everything of what manifests physically as well as emotionally.
Mm.
So really focusing more on our gut health is even more fun when you think that, if we just focus on more greens,
Mm-hmm.
that really is a key thing. So I thought we could really go into greens and why greens are important and really look at our gut health
Mm-hmm.
in general.
So would you say, as a health coach, that gut health, or how a person's gut is functioning, is maybe the biggest challenge?
Actually it is, because most of the people that I coach, that
Mm-hmm.
is one of the one things they will say.
Gotcha.
I've got indigestion, I've got different things going on in my gut. I never feel good in my gut.
Mm-hmm.
And it really goes back to me, it's not really, it's not really something that we should have to even go to the doctor with first.
Mm-hmm.
Let's kind of just look at what we're eating.
Mm-hmm.
What's our fuel? What is going into our gut every day? Because literally, as I talk to people,
Mm-hmm.
I will say, well, what is your gut telling you? And they're going, well, my gut doesn't talk to me. And it's like, yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
So after you finish eating, is your gut happy?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you feel lethargic? Do you feel sluggish?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel energized?
Mm-hmm.
Your gut is telling you something. If you have pain and indigestion, it's telling you something.
Mm-hmm.
It's telling you that what you're eating and drinking is not making your gut happy. He's trying to reckon with all the stuff that you're putting in it. So
Mm-hmm.
why not think about some things that we can really make our gut happy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. It is that way for me when we have a meal and have a nice, and I guess the word I use to describe a meal, a clean meal,
Mm-hmm.
fresh, clean, something that isn't processed,
Mm-hmm.
isn't just kind of sitting in your stomach like a stone was dropped in there, or a brick was dropped in your stomach to where your stomach's, or I guess having to work really hard to digest and to break it down. But when it's something clean, you feel better.
You do.
You feel maybe energized. You're not like so tired to where you just want to lay on the couch, or I have to close my eyes because this meal, food, which like you said is fuel, is just weighing me down.
Mm-hmm.
It made me more tired. Didn't give me energy, but yeah, it's interesting to see, and I think a lot of people, they just disregard what their
Mm-hmm.
stomach is telling them.
Absolutely, and you think of the example of a person going out and buying a brand new Ferrari,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to give it that top full fuel, that top maintenance,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm thinking, our bodies really last way longer than a Ferrari will.
Mm-hmm.
Why not give it that top fuel, that top maintenance? And again, with what we drink and what we eat, we're just partaking of everything that's out there without really even thinking.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really creating a huge impact on our gut and on our health, and promoting disease when we're not really proactively eating.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why we really need to kind of look at this
Mm-hmm.
and see how we can improve our gut.
Mm-hmm. And now I want you to mention your website, because recipes, more information about gut health, the importance of gut health. You have a lot of this information on your website, don't you?
Absolutely, and that's just erleentilton.com. So
Mhm.
ERLEENTILTON.com.
There we go. So I guess we all need to look at what we're eating and drinking. And I guess not just eating, but drinking as well.
Drinking too, there's a lot of chemicals in all the drinks that are on the market. People don't realize what they're drinking and how hard that is on your body. Again, your body has to reckon with that.
Mm-hmm.
But as I have been a health coach for, about 30 years now, one of the key factors that I have found, that if people could only change one thing,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's many things that I encourage people to make, consider changing in their diets and stuff. But if there was one thing to change,
I know what you're gonna say.
what?
I know. I drink water.
Well, drink water
Okay.
is really good. But the
Okay.
thing that I'm going to say
Yeah.
is include more greens in
More
your diet.
greens. Gotcha.
More raw greens.
Gotcha.
Because there's so many good benefits from
Mhm.
eating greens. And I found, people sit down to meal after meal after meal, and it never includes anything green.
Mm.
And if you could just eat more greens, yes, drink more water too.
Yeah, I thought that's where, and I was thinking about that because I left my water on the counter in
I
the
did
other
too.
room, and I'm like, oh, I could really go for a drink of water right now.
I know, me as well. But really increasing your greens, and I thought, well, this is a great topic for St. Patrick's Day, because going green could be something that you could do with your children, even adults, parties, whatever. Just include more greens. And I'm not talking about green M&Ms and green food coloring. I'm talking about real greens. Let's include more greens in our diet.
Yes.
And just see it as a way of life, just to include more greens. So
Gotcha. And want to say good morning to Jessica Roberts Lombardi and Jessica watching on our KRIM FM Facebook page. And hello to you, Jessica. Anyone else that quite a few people are watching, so if anyone wants to say hi, or you have any questions for Erleen, please feel free to post those, to put a comment up on this live video. So Next month, I guess you are going to be looking or talking about leaky gut and the connection with autoimmune dysfunction, and this kind of leads into that, doesn't it?
Right, and that's why I figured if we really address the greens this month, and we could go into that next month, really dive into that, because I don't think many people understand what leaky gut is, period, but how it correlates with the autoimmune dysfunctions is just amazing. I just wish that more is said about this, and I think it's kind of hidden. But anyway, we're going to go into that more next month, and maybe this month just really go into the greens and how important they are for a healthy gut.
So this second part of the program, like I said, the first half hour we're on the radio and live streaming, but then the second half hour we go back to music and we continue the live stream in the kitchen, to where you're going to be showing us some of these superfoods.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I wanted to just give a little bit of information on what our leafy green vegetables do for us. I mean, now we're talking about spinach and kale and beet greens, turnip greens, collards, Swiss chard, even cilantro, parsley, any of these greens. They're super good for our gut. And let me just share some of the things that they are good for. So our salad greens, even just our baby greens, romaine, lettuces, kale, spinach, really rich in vitamins A, E, C, and K. Our broccoli and many of our cruciferous family, they're really high in our B vitamins. And we know that our B vitamins are really good for cellular protection and reproduction. And it all goes back to the cells, so we really need those B vitamins for that. And that's what the folate is for. It's one of our B vitamins, very, very important. It's a really good B vitamin that we have in our greens. Now, we also have an abundance of carotenoid antioxidants, which again are cellular protectors. And we hear about free radicals, the free radical damage that comes from sugar and all the chemicals that people are eating, and this is something the greens can kind of counteract that. They can really protect our cells, and of course that's where the free radicals actually come in and destroy the cells, and so they duplicate, destroyed, and so we can get the cellular protection from those carotenoid antioxidants as well as our B vitamins and our other vitamins. So important. So vitamin K, great for protecting our bones and our joints, and protecting against inflammation. But the wonderful thing about our greens, they're low calorie, they're low carb, and they're low glycemic. But they're high in our iron and magnesium and some of the other really good important minerals that we really need to strengthen our body, our brain, our nervous system, our heart. So there's so many good things about greens.
And there's different ways that you can eat them as well. It's not just in a salad, but there's a lot of different creative things you can do with salads, but also greens you can have in wraps. I think you have soups, a lot of different ways.
A lot of different ways, and I think that not enough people are eating salads. We should be eating salads at least once a day. And I'm not talking about a fruit salad or whatever. I'm talking about a bright green salad, lots of greens, and different vegetables too. You can have other vegetables in there. But yes, wraps and soups and omelets, steamed, stir-fried, however you want to do it. But I have some more fun ways to do some greens to include them. We can even get our greens in with even avocados are great greens, and kiwi and some of these other foods are good and green that we're going to talk about more in the kitchen. But we can get our greens in a lot of different ways and really make some fun foods, especially this month in Going Green.
Going Green. I know St. Patrick's Day coming up this Saturday. This Saturday, I believe, the 12th, right, is this Saturday?
Well, the
And
17th is St. Patrick's Day.
17th, sorry.
And
17th.
that is, I think, a week from Thursday, so.
Gotcha.
So
I think a lot of St. Patty's Day celebrations this
Maybe
weekend.
Sunday.
Yeah. But the 17th, that's right. Pamela, our DJ Pammy, she salads for lunch today it is.
Yes.
So she comments.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to hold her to that too.
Good,
I'm going to make
good.
sure she's eating a salad in here.
And get the proteins and whatever, to make it a balanced meal, but
Mm-hmm.
include those greens, just more greens, more
Mhm.
greens. They would do children a world of good.
Mhm.
I think even adults, but we just need more greens.
Mm-hmm. More greens. Again, talking with Erleen Tilton and Secrets of Healthy, Happy People the second Tuesday of every month. Erleen is on to share these helpful tips and just what she has learned over the years as a health coach, an author of the book 7 Secrets of Healthy, Happy People.
Mm-hmm.
So that can be found on Amazon, right?
You can get it on Amazon, or you can go to the numeral 7,
Mm-hmm.
the 7 secretsbook.com
Okay.
and look at the 7 Secrets of Healthy, Happy People on Amazon.
There you go. So, health benefits of leafy greens. There's a long, long list, isn't there?
Long list of leafy
Mhm.
greens. Now, one of the top things on it says weight management.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it goes back to the low calorie, low carb, like low glycemic.
Mm-hmm.
Just get those greens in. They take the place of some of the other foods that we're eating.
Mm-hmm.
And so, great for weight management, good for skin health,
Mm-hmm.
good for cardiovascular health. Actually, they balance our blood sugar as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we need more greens. And I always say greens are the alkalizing part of our diet.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at all the other foods, like most of our proteins, our starches,
Mm-hmm.
even oils and fats, they're all acidic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's acid? What's alkaline?
Mhm.
If we need to get that balance,
Mm-hmm.
it's our vegetables and our greens
Mm-hmm.
mainly.
Mm-hmm.
So we just need to more alkalize, and those are good for blood sugar balancing
Mm-hmm.
as well. We talked about bone health,
Mm-hmm.
immune function, protecting your eyes, cellular function and support against major diseases, brain health,
Mm-hmm.
better memory, better emotions, better hormones, all of that goes together.
Mm-hmm.
And folate, which is our B vitamin, actually boosts
Mm-hmm.
the production of our neurotransmitters. So,
Mm-hmm.
and do you know we have more neurotransmitters actually in our gut than our brain?
Yes.
And that's an important factor, and that's why what we eat really, really matters. So,
Mm-hmm.
relieving stress, healthy aging.
Wait, there's no one that is experiencing stress right now. I mean,
Eat more greens.
Yeah. Goodness. Yeah.
And green smoothies. That's another great way to get your greens down.
Mm-hmm.
Healthy aging,
Mm-hmm.
improve our inflammatory responses,
Mm-hmm.
supports good optimal gut health,
Mm-hmm.
boosts digestive enzymes, and it fights the belly bloat.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a number of great benefits from just getting more greens in your diet.
Mm-hmm. I know it's been a little while, but back to basics. They have the green smoothies or drinks there.
Absolutely.
And I know whenever my wife and I are traveling, we always try and look for a juice bar that will just have just some nice, basic juices, and especially green. I know my wife, the less sweet it is, the better.
I like it that way.
So yeah, just the more kale, spinach, lemon, ginger, but just a nice, fresh, and refreshing, juice like that. And it always is just very nice. It's real nice.
Green smoothies are really great. That's a great way to be able to sneak in those really good leafy greens.
Mm-hmm.
And the wonderful thing about it is, sometimes we buy this big box of greens,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't necessarily go through them before sometimes they start spoiling. You can throw them in the freezer and pull them out and put them into green smoothies. And they're awesome that way. So don't let them go to waste.
Yeah.
Throw them in the freezer and pull them out for a green smoothie. And children love green smoothies. Put banana and maybe a little bit of fruit in there.
Little apple.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so there's lots of fun things you can do. And it can be a green smoothie even if it's purple. I mean, by adding blackberries and
beet. I really, put a little beet in, and that can sweeten it up. It, adds a little sugar, but it gives it color. And I know not everybody though likes the flavor of beets, but
just
apples,
a little bit.
just a little. Yeah, you just need a little bit. Like ginger as well. You learn because when you put in too much ginger, wow, you can really.
Tiny bit.
And that's it's fun. There's a lot of recipes out there for juices, but it's fun experimenting. Carrot is another great one for sweetening, just giving a little sweetness, and for the color, changing it up a little bit. So, but I know the orange and the green can kind of make not the best color, but I know I love carrot in there too.
Yeah, that's good.
It's real nice.
But I've noticed that we can add greens in a lot of the things we eat. We talked about wraps, and just getting those extra greens in there. Getting the cilantro, maybe even parsley, but spinach or the baby greens. And sometimes the baby greens are a way to make a salad fast. I think a lot of people just don't bother with it because it's tedious, it takes time. And the baby greens have really solved that problem. It's so easy to make a salad with the baby greens. Just get them in your foods. Put them on your sandwiches and wraps and add them to your soups. Just add them any chance you get.
And steamed also. Steamed vegetables. I know Swiss chard.
I love Swiss chard steamed.
Oh, so
and beet greens
good.
too. Beet greens too. So we love the beets, but it's nice to do the beet greens. So.
And then what do you add to, like, with your steaming or your preparing the greens? What can you add to enhance or like a little bit?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
What I love more than anything is a little bit of olive oil, and then I will add my few drops of essential oil.
Okay.
So lemon is good, lime is good, and you could even add like coriander if you want a little bit more, black pepper, and a pinch of salt in there, and drizzle it on there. It just makes it a really nice flavor. And our essential oils are also really good for gut health as well. And so they're good for metabolism, they're good for digestion, and really cleansing and detoxing and alkalizing your gut. So those are also a really good way to create a good microbiome in your gut.
Do you also do you ever use garlic? Do you like using garlic?
Absolutely. I use garlic in almost everything. And garlic is good for the gut as well. Garlic and onions are super good for immune boosting and really cleansing the gut.
No, I know. Garlic with vegetables, just so good, and can really bring out the flavors of the greens and vegetables. So.
I buy that whole big package of organic garlic that's in the package, and then you have those little pouches in there, and oh my gosh, I'm going through those so fast. I just love garlic. It goes in so many foods.
Oh, well, there you go. And we're going to be heading into the kitchen here in just a few minutes. Where do you want to talk about some of the things that you'll be showing?
Absolutely.
In the kitchen. Yeah.
So one of the things that I'm going to be starting with is our green meat bites. Instead of meatballs, I just call them green meat bites. And basically, it's just a regular one of the meatballs, but I just add lots of greens in it. Chop them fine, and you can add cilantro and parsley, spinach, whatever you want, bok choy, whatever is your flavor or whatever you have.
There you go.
And just chop it up, and then I have a little avocado dip that goes
Mhm.
with these meat bites,
Oh.
and they're just fun. The children love them. They're not hard to make, and the wonderful thing about it is I used like the cookie scoop to make the meatballs. It just goes really fast. Just put them on the baking
Nice.
sheet and bake them,
Mhm.
and so it's not like rolling meatballs.
Yeah,
It takes an
yeah.
hour.
Yeah.
It's super fast.
Yeah.
So, and then I have what I called green angel eggs. Now, people call them deviled eggs, but I like to call them angel eggs.
There we go. Yeah.
And basically, you add a little bit of avocado and again some cilantro,
Mm-hmm.
and they are just really yummy.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
They're really good.
And yeah, and again, the theme, if people are just tuning in or kind of tuned in a little later, with St. Patrick's Day, everything in the kitchen is going to have a green theme.
Yes.
So the
We're going
veggies,
green.
the lettuce, yes. Oh, so green angel eggs. That
And the
sounds
green dip. Green dip is one thing I love making. Everybody loves it. It's just made of everything green.
Mm-hmm.
Your avocado, your cilantro, anyway, even your green nuts like pistachios and pumpkin seeds. So it's all green. It's a green dip, super yummy. And then I have some green Rice Krispie bars, as well as some kiwi lime avocado frozen dessert.
Oh my goodness.
So there's so many fun things that you can do with
Yes.
green.
and I don't know many people. I can't think of any that do not like the Rice Krispie treats or bars. So that'll be good to see.
Now mine are
your
different.
twist. I know your twist on
Because
that.
I don't use sugar and I don't use dairy,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just really yummy.
Mm-hmm. No,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. And again, if you want to see these different treats that Erleen has just mentioned, and if you're not watching on the KRIM FM Facebook page, you can just start watching as we go into the kitchen, and Erleen will show you how she makes these, the ingredients, and I'll show you how to eat them. I have the hard job.
And if you would like these recipes, or if you want help on just helping your have a healthier gut, then just email me. It's ask at erleentilton.com, and that's ERLEENTILTON.com.
There we go. So thank you everyone for tuning in to today's Community Spotlight program, Secrets of Healthy, Happy People with Erleen Tilton. And again, if you're not watching on the KRIM FM Facebook page, you can watch us, go on that live video and watch us in the kitchen as Erleen shares again how to make these great green treats. And if you can't catch it today, you can always go back onto the KRIM FM Facebook page or our website, krimfm.com, or on Erleen's website as well. So time to get back to more great music with Dave Matthews Band, the Little River Band, Marshall Tucker Band, wow, a lot of bands here, and Jimi Hendrix, Hall & Oates, and more. But first, an update from the National Weather Service. All right, and let's see, plus 11 seconds, so perfect there. And all right, guys, time to head to the kitchen. goodness, look at all this green goodness in here. Wow, a lot. I think starting with those meat bites, because those look really good.
They are. They're yummy, and like I said, you can sneak some of these things in, and children hardly even notice them. So that does have some parsley, cilantro, and a little bit of spinach in it, regular meatball. And like I said, you just get that scooper and scoop it. So go ahead and have a plate. This is an avocado lime dip. That's especially for the meat bites. They really just kind of make it come alive. And it's, again, another green dip. So
in these meat bites, what type of meat is it?
It's ground turkey. And I have almond flour as the binder, so there's no wheat or gluten. And it just makes it a really good meatball. And so easy to make.
And gluten-free.
Gluten-free.
Turkey. So
and lots of great seasonings. I like to add my essential oils. Again, these are really good for gut health. And so I've got thyme in there and black pepper and lime. No, I'm sorry. Thyme and black pepper in these. And just really good for good gut health and good protein. And kind of fun.
They are delicious. And that sauce, the avocado and lime is in there.
It's really good.
Oh, it is so good.
Yeah, it really is good. I did lime in all of these. Lime is not only green, but it's, I don't know, it's just a great seasoning for a lot of I I use lemon a lot, but lime is definitely our green. So.
Wow, that is so good.
That's good.
Those, yes, the meatballs, I could see eating quite a few of those.
Yeah. And like I said, children, adults, and it's a quick meal. It's actually a really quick meal. Of course, it's not a complete meal. We have other things to go with it. Now, the second thing is my green angel eggs. And again, these, I sprinkle them with pepper, so they look, a little dirty, but it's black pepper on it. So basically, it's kind of like a deviled egg, which I call an angel egg. But I've added the avocado, so it makes it a little bit more green. And notice all my little my clovers here,
the green peppers.
The green peppers.
Yeah.
So basically, I love the angel egg with the avocado twist, and it makes them nice and green, and they're kind of a fun variation. Is that good too? Yeah. It's got again the lime, black pepper, and coriander in those, and
yes, and
like that.
You definitely have to like avocado. I know you people. Actually, my wife doesn't really like avocado. She's not a fan. And also, it's funny growing up in Pennsylvania and back east in the 70s, 80s. You really didn't see many avocados. No. So, so much of the Mexican food, the influence here we have in the Southwest, avocados, salsa, refried beans,
and that's
things.
not common back there.
No, not at all. I mean, with a Sicilian grandmother, a lot of pastas, and sausage, chicken, different meats, but it is different, the avocados. In our gardens you grow green beans and scallions, tomatoes, lettuce, but you just didn't see avocados. So I still have, I remember a friend that the first time he had an avocado, he was in his 30s, like probably mid 30s, and he came out here to Arizona, and I remember, slicing up an avocado for him, and putting some pepper or some lemon pepper on it, and giving him a spoon and saying, "Here you go, try this." And he took a bite. what is this? So it's interesting. Avocados, and I know that has changed now, where it's not as regional as it used to be back then. And avocados, they're just wonderful for
and they're baby's
health.
first food now. I mean, my daughters, that's what they've given their grandbabies. And even when my children were young, I mean, avocados weren't as prevalent as, I mean, here. So we definitely have a bigger emphasis on the avocados now, which is really good.
I love just the traditional, like the deviled eggs, but these little angel eggs. Oh yeah. I could just have those. Wouldn't need the other. Now, do you use the egg yolk at all?
Yes, I do. So I did 8 eggs and all the 8 egg yolks and 1 avocado.
Okay.
The unique thing about this is I don't have any mayonnaise in it.
Yes,
I just have some coconut cream. I don't like mayonnaise. Any way I can do anything without mayonnaise, I'm not a mayonnaise fan.
That's my wife the same way. Any mayonnaise-based dip, sauce, any sauce, she is like, no,
run from it.
No.
So it has a little bit of coconut cream and mustard and your seasonings.
Wow.
Again, and it's just a great switch.
It's delicious.
But another green food. So this is what I call green dip. And I love the green dip, and you can do, I decided to put a little bit of color and add some tomatoes, but this is a fun dip that I love year round. And it does have the avocado again, but it has your cilantro and parsley and your green nuts, your pistachios and your pumpkin seeds, as well as your lime, and again, isn't that good? Isn't that a yummy?
It is so good.
Yeah, the green dip is really good. Again, you can turn children on to these green foods. Just go all out on St. Patrick's Day and talk about green and having fun. And the fun thing that I did, I made this little little 3-leaf clover here, and it's just basically the green dip on a cracker and then a cucumber on top. So.
Wow.
So it kind of turns into a little tiny hors d'oeuvre that you can enjoy, and again get kids excited about doing some fun green things and clovers, and so crackers is good with this green dip, and so
it's very good.
Yeah.
Wow.
So fun dip, again, just throw it all in the blender, blend it up, and these things are simple. I like simple. I like a way to make things simple, and
I think the nuts in there really give it a little more substance. They just really enhance and make it. You can tell it's just a little more filling than
great
just
protein too.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Full of protein and greens, and just really a good healthy dip that your gut feels good about.
Yes. And now also with the nuts, there would be, is there some omegas or in here?
Well, I think our nuts naturally have omegas in there. So I have as well a little bit of water and olive oil in there, and garlic. But it's
so
more your greens and your nuts that make it just a really super healthy dip.
Wow.
Good for you.
That is so good.
Good. Well, enjoy that. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Oh, yeah.
So.
See, that's the one thing. And if Randy, if you're watching, it was funny because I would be on the other side of the camera, and he was really good about, saying how he's a little pickier. So when he would try things, he'd say, wow, that's really good. I am not picky, so I'm maybe not the best, because I love just everything, and especially vegetables, all vegetables. If something there's a different way of making it, there are some people, and you might be watching that, you try it and you're like, wow, that's really good, and then you find out what it is, and then all of a sudden, oh, really? Where that, I've never been like that. I tell people, if it tastes good, it tastes good. Whether it's made out of vegetables or whatever.
But to me, the added plus is that these not only taste good, they're good for your gut. They're good for your weight, for your energy, for sleep, for emotions. And it's just about feeding your gut the right foods. And that's why I call these gut happy foods, because your gut likes them. So, okay.
So good.
Next we have, these are my Rice Krispie bars, and I just added some powdered greens, so you can get them at Back to Basics, or, so this is my version of kind of a Rice Krispie bar, and then I added my greens in there. Oh yeah. So greens.
So Kyolic, the company Kyolic.
Kind of a greens blend or whatever. So
Yep. Little greens blend there.
So there's fun. It's fun to add greens to smoothies, but I added them to bars, and I just made these really kind of small bites.
Yes.
But these are kind of fun to make, and you can taste the greens.
Yes. So
children might not be as fond of them as I think I am. I just love the Go Green flavor, but it's a little. It makes them a little strong. So I thought, well, at least for one time a year.
Yeah. No, but there is a nice sweetness to them. You do taste the green in there, but it's not overbearing. It's still a treat. It's not like it's mainly green flavor. And you're trying to pass it off as a treat. Which sometimes I remember my mom with some of the stuff that she was trying in the 70s and carob and different things, but I don't know, the recipes sometimes were maybe a little off, and it was like, oh, here's something, a treat. And it's like, it's not a treat. It tastes mainly like just green stuff. But that has a nice flavor to it. And the Rice Krispies, the puffs that are nice. So that's good.
Well, and I think that I see typically at St. Patrick's Day, they do a lot of this kind of thing, and they're adding food coloring, and I'm going, oh, that goes away from anything good about your gut, as well as all the sugar and the marshmallows and all this stuff. This doesn't have any of that. It basically does have honey, so it's not completely glycemic free, but it also has almond butter, so it has more protein, and it does have nuts. I think you can probably taste the nuts a little bit. So
yes,
that's it's better to go green with our greens rather than any food coloring.
I remember when I was young, my mom, instead of candy for Halloween, she would do homemade Rice Krispie treats, but not green ones, or not quite this healthy, but healthier, because we'll give Rice Krispie treats. And I just remember kids' reactions, my friends being like,
what?
Yeah, like, huh?
What
And
is this?
it was before they were packaged and everything else, where we were expecting and wanting the big candy bars, candy bars and this and that, and then they get handed a Rice Krispie treat, but it was good because for a while it was apples. So and told her, don't do that, just don't do it. Gonna get her house TP'd and not good.
But I found that when my children would say that, don't do that, but they end up doing it when they grow up, because they see why.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if you ended up being one of those. But last but not least, now I hope this is thawed enough to eat, but this is my kiwi avocado lime frozen dessert. Now I did add some extra, kiwis on top, as well as some pistachios, because to me the pistachios just really make it the nice flavor. So it's definitely a green ice cream.
Wow.
But it's dairy-free, sugar-free, and it's mostly your kiwi and avocado, a little bit of coconut milk, and
it's very good.
a tiny bit of monk fruit for sweetening. And then we've got the lime essential oil again in there for great flavor. And what do you think? And the nuts are good on it too. Don't you like the nuts in it? It just kind of rounds it out. It just
Yeah, it's just like a sorbet, like a not so sweet sorbet where it's not just fruit based, but with the avocado in there, it
makes it super creamy.
Yeah, creamy. Yeah. Huh.
So
That was good.
a little different, but another green thing that you can do for your family, for your children, for your friends or whatever. Invite them over to have something fun.
Wow.
For Go Green for a healthy gut.
Yes, and again, all of these recipes can be found on your website, so you can see all the ingredients, how they're made, and what's great is you can tweak them and change them up if there's maybe an ingredient that you don't like, or you think, oh, how about we add this to it, so you can experiment and have fun with it.
Actually, I'm posting many of these recipes in the next 2 or 3 days, so especially getting ready for St. Patrick's Day. So you're not going to see them all on there yet at erleentilton.com, but they will be within the next 2 or 3 days, so make sure and check it. And you can see all these fun recipes and how to make all of these simply.
So good. And remember with the greens, just so many different ways that you can get them with the salads, but also wraps, soups, or steamed. So we all need to. I need to do that too. More greens.
More greens.
More greens.
More greens for a healthy gut.
There you go. Well, thank you so much, Erleen.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
it's always
everyone.
good to be here.
Yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And happy St. Patty's Day.
Yes.